Vero Social. You guys have probably heard about it through Instagram stories, Facebook, whatever. It's everywhere. As a social media marketing agency, when we see trends like this happening, we gotta see what's up. So we've been doing some research, we've talked to the people who created Vero to see what's going on, and we have some feedback. So first of all, before I say anything, I'm gonna take you through a walkthrough of how this app is done. Alright, so for the actual app here, you open it up, a nice little loading screen, but then you can see your feed. So you get like, people are sharing music, they're sharing photos, you can see the hashtags in there, sharing more photos. That's a really nice photo, I like that one. So you can like it same way as Instagram, you double tap, and then you go into your own profile, so you see who's following, how many followers. That's what your grid looks like. Not as clean as Instagram, but it's still nice, it does the job. I don't like it even close to as much as Instagram though, but it's good. Same thing, you see your photos in a list instead of a grid, very similar to Insta in that. So yeah, it's like those are the photos I've been sharing, you see how many likes, comments, things like that. Which photos, videos, music you've been sharing. And then you can see your own profile, how many connections you have, how many followers are following. You can see the collections, notifications, so you got like all the notifications on there. You can create a post, so you can post something from your camera, a link, music, movie, TV, a book, or a place. So lots of different content options, which is a great thing. We're going to share a photo, so you go through, you can just add a caption, same thing you would on Instagram. Like love the snow, for example. Add the place. Pretty progressive way of choosing locations. You search the place, then location within the location, so it's a lot more targeted. Then you can choose who you want to share it with. So this is unique. Either close friends, acquaintances, or followers. You can choose from there who you want to actually see your content, which is exciting. And you can go through someone's profile, you choose which kind of connection you have, then you can see their content as well, either in a grid or a list. Quite similar to Instagram as well. So hopefully that helped clear up some questions you had about what the app was. It's like an Instagram, Facebook kind of hybrid. It's really a social media that encourages connection. So being able to create a custom audience to show whichever content you want to is a great way to encourage genuine connection and have you share online like you would in real life. Like you wouldn't share everything to everyone all the time in real life. You'd share bits and pieces you thought people would find interesting. So that's kind of what this platform is trying to create. It was founded in the summer of 2015 is when Vero was launched. But it's just been in the last week or so here that it's really been gathering steam within my network and kind of worldwide. Forbes wrote an article about it. I've been seeing articles pop up all over Facebook and everything about it. It's really starting to trend. But before everyone gets too ahead of themselves, there are some pretty major cons with this platform as well as some great pros. So yeah, we're going to go through those. Pros is the chronological feed. Instead of using an algorithm to decide who sees what content when and having the app kind of play God, Vero just lets it come as it comes. So whether you have 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, 2 followers, your content has the same chance at being seen. They're not prioritizing anyone. Advertisers can't come in and pay for better post recognition, things like that. It's all organic, which is great. Another huge perk is there's no video or image compression. So the photos you take and the videos you create, when you see them on Lightroom, Photoshop, Premiere, whatever you're editing with, and then on your camera roll on your phone, it'll look the same once you post it, which is huge because that isn't typical. That's not what happens on Instagram. Facebook compresses things. It's not fun if you're trying to create something visually beautiful. To have the platform compress it and make it look kind of trash. Instagram, Facebook, they don't do that. A little side note because it will load faster, but I'm okay waiting a few extra seconds to see the content how it's supposed to be seen. Another big perk, I mentioned it, the custom audiences. Being able to show what you want to people as they want to see it. So that's cool. I'm excited about that feature as well. Being able to take a selfie in the morning, share it with a couple people, and then go on and do this insane hike that you want everyone to see and share it to everyone. So it's cool because you can kind of share anything from your life in one spot now, which is awesome. I like it. Another thing, as I pointed out too, is tons of different options to post. You can post links, photos, videos, music, books, whatever you want, all in one spot. So it kind of distills the best features in terms of content creation from each platform and puts it all into one nice little package. Another cool thing is if you're seeing this video and it's still February or early March, you're kind of at the ground level. There's still under 1 million followers, so that's exciting. You can get in there right now and go for it. Another thing is how true and transparent they've been with dealing with me and my questions so far and their manifesto. They say exactly what they want and they're not like trying to beat around the bush at all. They know exactly what the user feels and the frustrations we have with the way social media is being ran right now, and they're trying to address those and create a good platform for it. So those are the pros. The cons, in my opinion, they're pretty even, the cons and the pros. Maybe the cons a little bit more outweigh the pros right now, but that's not to say it won't be fixed in the next even week here. So first thing right now, obviously the server issues that people are experiencing. They've been getting so much traffic through Vero because it's been growing and trending so quickly that they can't keep up, which is a good thing because it's growing so quickly, and a bad thing because they don't have the capacity to keep up. But they're hiring engineers, there's people working around the clock doing this, there's people on customer support on Twitter telling you what's going on, so it's really growing quickly, and they're trying to adapt to it, and they will. That's what happens. People just, you can adapt. It's like server problems, they come and go, but they get fixed. So that's not a big deal. Biggest thing for me personally is how unaesthetic it is. Instagram is beautiful, it's clean, it's crisp, the white borders and just like the white feed and things like that. I like it. It's aesthetic, it's timeless, it's classic. They've had a pretty similar feed for years and years and years now, and no one's complained once about what the feed looks like. They've only been complaining about how the feed interacts with its users. So I really like the aesthetic of Instagram over Vero. I'm not a fan of Vero at all for their aesthetic. I don't think, it's kind of like if everyone in the world were to display the art that they hold truest to them, that they've been creating in the first room when you walk into their house, it's going to be displayed nicely, and you're going to do your best to make it look awesome. It's the same thing with Instagram. You spend time and money and all your energy making your feed trying to look, making your feed represent your brand. And on Vero, as you saw on my grid, it's harder to do that because you have everything kind of coming together in like a mishmash of a bunch of stuff. So that's the big qualm I have with it. Yes, the video image not having the compression for that is great because the content looks more beautiful, but the way it's displayed doesn't. So that's my biggest qualm with it overall as a platform. Other thing, I sometimes get lost in the app. It's not super user-friendly. I think that might come down to me not having as much familiarity with it. I think I will figure it out, but with the server issues and things like that, it's hard to really get a grip on what's going on with it. Another problem is there's no stories. I'm sure it'll come because they come all the time to every platform, but as of right now, you can't post stories. You can on Instagram. Big win for Instagram because stories are just such a great way to kind of share what you're up to throughout the day, build your brand, tell your story. I think Vero, obviously, like any platform, will bring stories eventually, just a matter of when. So the biggest problem in the whole list of problems and pros and everything, the biggest thing that stands out to me is that Vero will be charging a subscription fee once they hit 1 million followers. So for the first 1 million, the fee is waived. I'm not sure how close they are. I know it was waived for me, and I'm pretty sure it's still waived as this video is being made on like February 24th, I think it is today. So get in right now, even if you have the slightest interest, just to get a free account set up, because then it'll be free for life. So yeah, go right now. But what I think is once they hit 1 million and they charge a subscription fee, an annual subscription fee, the people who will be willing to pay that are people like me that have problems with Instagram and growing a brand organically and having your content being seen to the right people. And I think I would pay to have Instagram go back to being chronological and having organic growth actually be a thing again. I'd be excited about that. But I don't think the average person would. The average person just wants to connect with their friends. They want to share a couple cool photos from like whatever adventure they go on. I don't think there's enough draw for them to be paying an annual fee. So they'll get, like, instead of getting 50 likes on their photos from their friends, they'll get 80. I don't think that's going to quantify enough people spending money. So what that means for the creators is that the fans won't be there. I think creators will be supporting creators. I think this will be a LinkedIn-like social media where you're connecting and collaborating with great, talented creatives. But I don't think you're going to get the person with the passive interest in photography, which might be a great thing because then you're only going to be getting people who really truly care about the content you're creating, which will be awesome. But I don't think you'll hit the same kind of metrics that you would if it was on Instagram and you have a typical person scrolling through their feed, and they work a part-time job at a bakery and are getting their science degree or something like that and are interested in hiking, so they follow you because they like seeing your hikes and things like that. I don't think there's enough of a draw to that for someone who just wants to be entertained to pay an annual subscription fee. I'm saying that right now, that's my prediction, that it won't get big enough because of the fee. I don't think people will pay for it. I think there will be a lot of people paying for it that are the creators and the artists, but I don't think you'll get a fan base. beyond people in your community who you're creating with. That's just what I'm saying. Going on the record as saying it. I hope that changes. I hope everyone starts using this, and I hope they make it more aesthetic, because then it'll be a great platform for everyone to share and contribute and things like that. But I just couldn't see I couldn't see the average person paying a fee to go on and use this. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong a million times again in my life. So I really do hope that everyone starts using this, because I really hope it's a platform you can grow a good engaged fan base on. But the way it's structured right now and the way the app looks, I don't know if that could happen. So the other thing is, I talked to the creators of Vero themselves, asked them questions about how could I help my clients grow in this, how could I reach new audiences, and their response was pretty much, you can't, to an extent. They told me the best way to grow was to get my invite card you can find on the top right of your profile, and go to other socials and invite people from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, SMS, like invite them to come back in and view what you're doing on Vero. So what that tells me is that their goal right now is to get people off of Facebook and Instagram and any other social platform and come to Vero, which is great. So for now, I think it's going to be more of a porting people in from Facebook, Instagram, wherever to go follow you in Vero. And hopefully once you have that base, you can build a bit more of a new audience. I don't know if you can right now. I think, say you have 1,000 followers, 500, 600, 700 of them are going to know you from other platforms already. If you have a blog, for example, and your biggest traffic source is social, the people you're getting from Vero, if you do get a bunch of people from Vero, will be the same kind of people you'd be getting from Facebook and Instagram anyways, for a lot more effort to build this up. I really appreciate what Vero is trying to do with this, and I think they're on the right track. I just don't think it's refined enough and thought through enough for me to be putting all my energy into it right now. But I will be keeping up with it. I'll be documenting my successes and my failures throughout this app, throughout Swell Social, so all you guys will know what will work best for you guys. I'm not as sold on it as I wish I was at this point, because I think there are a few things to work out, but I really do like the track they're on, and I think right now is a great opportunity for anyone who's trying to grow their social media, trying to engage new people, try to find a new way to kind of explore their interests, to go and use, because you're getting it at the ground level. You're going to be getting a bit of viral growth to start, because the app is growing so quickly. People are like begging for find people to follow. So you should be able to ride that wave a little bit and get people to be viewing what you're up to. But I don't think those people are going to be that different than people you'd be finding on Instagram and Facebook anyways. You have to figure out which pillar you want to build your brand around, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Vero. If you're a fine art photographer and resolution is a huge, huge, huge concern for you, perfect app. If you're a filmmaker and you shoot in 4K, perfect app. But if you're like me and you do more lifestyle stuff, it's just portraits with some friends, you go out on adventures and share that, I think Instagram, as of right now, is still the best forum to show what you're up to, just because of how easy it is to use, how established it is, how many people are on there. I think Instagram does a really good job at creating a beautiful, sustainable platform to kind of share what you're up to. Algorithm sucks, it's harder to grow, you can't do that right now as much, but I think for what it is, Instagram will still be my go-to for sharing photos and things like that. I think Vero has potential, and we'll see what happens. So my verdict is try it for yourself. You have to figure out which pillar you want to create your content around. You have to be super self-aware about this. If you're more into microblogging and sharing photos, Facebook is a great platform for that. If you're more into creating a blog, obviously, a website, WordPress, Squarespace, whatever you want to use, build a blog and just use all these other social medias to tell your story and bring people into that blog.